Let's talk about your equipment. We'll have an overview, a list of equipment, and lastly, the different equipment options that you have. So, your internet is going to be very important because it's what you're going to use to send the information from wherever you are to clients all around the world. Next is going to be your computer because it's what you're going to be using to be able to do the tasks that you are hired for. Next is the different accessories. So, this can either be your headset, your webcam, your microphone. So, it really depends on the company that you're going to be working with. So the first thing let's talk about is your internet connection. You need to have a primary and a secondary connection. This is because when your primary connection is down, your secondary internet connection should be the one to back you up. To ensure that you have a stable primary connection, always use a DSL or fiber service with a minimum download speed of 10 Mbps. If you are unsure of what type of internet connection you have, you can ask your service provider to say, hey, what is my download speed and am I using a DSL or fiber connection? Next is your secondary connection. So this is when you can actually use your mobile phone or a high-speed home Wi-Fi. So this is because you just need to have some sort of connection so that you can notify your company that, hey, I'm going to have a slow internet connection today. I won't be absent. It's just that I'm going to be a bit slow, but don't mark me as absent. So that's the reason why you have a secondary connection. So if you're not sure about what your speed is, then you could always go to speedtest.net. You can check it on your desktop or in your mobile phone as well. Now take note, you are responsible for providing your internet connection. So please make sure that you are able to secure both a primary and secondary connection. Next, let's talk about your computer or laptop. So the biggest questions actually people have is that, are you supposed to be using a laptop or a desktop? So what I would really say is that it really depends on the type of requirement that you need. So laptop is good if you travel around. Desktop, on the other hand, it's bulky, but it's actually cheaper for a higher amount of specifications. So I want you to take a screenshot of this specs on your screen because this is the minimum requirements that you need if you are on a limited budget. On the other hand, if you have money to invest on a good computer, then take a screenshot of this one because this is at least the base minimum of what you need if you want to be able to invest in a good computer. Now, of course, as time passes, we're going to be able to provide you better recommendations, but as of 2024, this is what you should be looking at. Now, what if you don't have money to buy the equipment? Well, don't worry, you still have options. So one is you look for a company that already has the equipment provided. Two, you can actually save up or do side hustles so that you can save up for the equipment that you need. And lastly, you can go for a loan. Now, I'll talk about the loan in a bit, so don't jump into loan right away. So first, let's go for equipment provided. So there are companies like Tascos who have accounts that can offer equipment to its employees. Now take note, those accounts may no longer be at Tascos, and there might be other companies that even offer equipment as well. So it really depends on you on being able to find those companies. Second is you try to save up or do a side hustle. So the cons is basically is going to take longer to find side hustles when you're already having a hard time in the first place. But the pro about it is that you're not going to have to worry about monthly payments from loans or anywhere else. Now, of course, the last option that you have is loans. And personally, this is something that I did. Now, the only thing you have to do with loans is that you need to get a job first before getting a loan. So what other people do is that they borrow a laptop or a computer from someone and then they start applying. Once they get a job and they've secured it, that's when they decide to go get a loan for companies like Home Credit so that they're assured that they have the money to be able to do the monthly payments every month. Last is going to be your accessories. So the typical required accessories is a headset with microphone. Now, some accounts do not require voice, so noise cancellation is not required for them. On the other hand, if you are required to talk to customers, then in most cases, they're going to need you to have noise cancellation. The same thing goes with webcam. Not every company requires you to have a webcam, but if you do, you can just go for a 720p camera, or you can actually use your cell phone and link your cell phone from your PC or to your laptop. Now, optional accessories will be your mouse. This is because for computers, you will always need a mouse. But, if, for example, for me, I got used to using the touchpad, so I didn't need a mouse anymore. Now, as mentioned, headset with noise cancellation really depends on when you're applying. And then for the keyboard, you're not going to require it if you have a laptop. So I hope this information helped you be able to figure out what you're supposed to be doing in your equipment. And I hope to see you in your next video so that we'll be able to discuss about the skills that you need to be able to apply.